Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Saturday, August 7th, 8:35 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. You are the peaceful revolution. It is an important thing, and well, here we are. BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. The Senate is in session this weekend, working to push the infrastructure bill. It does have some serious crypto FUD in it. And it's odd that the market's not reacting. It will react when Elon Musk farts and it sounds like Doge, but of course when you have ancient evil trying to destroy crypto in this country, well, the market seems to be pumping. Anyway, this wouldn't be implemented for like another year, I think, the way it looks. That's something that Private Keys did mention over in the Bitcoin Daily View chat. Makes a good point that, well, even if this passes, it doesn't get implemented today, so that's an interesting thing. It could be that people just are not paying attention to this, or maybe there's just so much confidence in the crypto market that this will eventually get shot down anyway, even if it initially passes. We shall see. I'm very, very surprised that with this nasty legislation, that crypto market's not dumping, but well, it isn't. So maybe people just don't care what these old reptiles want to do anymore anyway. Maybe their time has come and it is the time for the peaceful revolution. I like the idea. I'll go with it. All right, so Michael Saylor, the patron saint of Bitcoin, has an amazing, cool picture, animated GIF there this morning, and I will just say, thank you, patron saint of Bitcoin. We are the peaceful revolution. Keep kicking ass. It's nice to see a force for good in this world that is relentless like Michael Saylor. All right. I know some people give him a hard time, but he's a good guy, I think. All right. Weekly on-chain overview. This is by William Clemente. I linked this over at BitcoinDailyView.com. I would follow him on Twitter. I would definitely follow his weekly analysis. In the sea of garbage news, reactionary nonsense out there that I look at so much crypto news every day, by reading it, by listening to it on YouTube, etc. I mean, most of it, honestly, let's face it, it is junk. But with that said, some is absolute gold. And William Clemente, his Twitter is amazing. His weekly on-chain overviews are amazing. Link to this over at BitcoinDailyView.com. I would so recommend following him. It's powerful, good stuff. It's actually actionable, good on-chain info that is well presented, and it, like I say, it's worth your time. Most news is not. William Clemente's definitely is. Look at the crypto bubbles today. This is the last 24 hours. We can see the market is darn well pretty green. I like that. I like seeing RVN pumping the last couple days because it was a coin that was created around tokenization of assets, and also it's GPU mineable only, and it's kind of cranking. I've always felt that one day with the NFT scene, RVN is going to catch on. I think it'll be the leader, actually, when it comes to managing NFTs, because it was built to do just that, and now we're seeing it move. Something to keep an eye on, people. Anyway, with that said, entertainment purposes only, not financial advice, but I dig RVN. Keep an eye on it. It's a good thing. I've always kind of, whenever I see it making like a nice daily trend or something like that, whenever I see it on the up, I always like having a little position in RVN, just that little bit of extra speculative, plays that I like to have here and there, because I think that when it does catch on one day, like I say, it will be the NFT machine. I just think so. Looking at the crypto market the last 24 hours once again, definitely ETH in the dark green is over 3,000. Matic is pumping. ADA is in the green. And Doge, boom, finally showed up for work. I like seeing that. It makes me really happy. XRP coming in at 82 cents. Wow. Well, once again, we look at the SEC is going after XRP. The price action doesn't seem to care. You've got this, dreadful legislation being put forth in the infrastructure bill. Market doesn't seem to care. Could it be that the ancient evil reptiles basically are becoming irrelevant? I'd like to think so. All right, with that said, spot trading volume on Binance last 24 hours is 17 billion. That's not very, very much, but it is up 15%. So we are seeing an increase in spot trading volume, even though it seems kind of low if you ask me. I'd rather see about 30 billion plus to really call it an active day, but well, something's happening out there. So I don't know. Let me refresh this. Maybe this is just lagging. Oh, there you go. It makes way more sense. There you go. 27 billion in the last 24 hours, up 23%. Yes, that's definitely a powerful spot trading market on Binance. I like seeing that. Let me refresh this one here for futures. The derivatives, the futures, 85 billion. If you're in the 70s, that's a powerful day. We're in the 85. We're at 85 billion, up 23%. Yeah, we definitely have retail volume happening for cryptocurrency right now. Let me find my little cool, here it is. This is a Bitcoin trading volume. explicitly last 24 hours, 6.6 billion. We've had a hard time getting over 3 billion recently, and basically, so we've like exited. So now we're, 100% gains there on volume. That's really, really wonderful. 3.8 billion of that on Binance, 1.2 of that on Coinbase. Bitfinex showing up at 500 million, Kraken 418 million, and little Bittrex over there at 31 million, and that's kind of interesting because usually it's in the 20s. So we're definitely seeing an influx in Bitcoin trading volume, which is retail, and of course also retail spot trading and retail futures on Binance. I dig it. So that this pump reflects retail, volume, which to me is a very positive thing. It makes me think that it is real and not just whale play, and we are out of that 30 to 40k range the whales have kept us in. It's all about, are we going to stay above it? Which way is it going to go? We'll take a closer look at that in just a second. For Bitcoin on Binance, longs versus shorts. Yeah, for Bitcoin on Binance, longs versus shorts, 50% longs, 49% shorts. Really, still have a good deal of amount of shorts there on Binance. I think this is just kind of like dim-witted gangster culture thinking they're going to short. Shorts kind of like, shorting for a lot of retail traders is kind of like your gangster holding the 9 sideways, Get wrecked, basically, you little bastards. Anyway, Binance, Ethereum on Binance, 61% long, 38% shorts. Well, basically, the little gangsters with their sideways 9s aren't aware of Ethereum because they're just dim-witted morons. So, Ethereum's doing better that way. Anyway, once again, BitcoinDailyView.com. Check it out. Got more for you there. All right, Bitcoin versus USDT on the daily chart. This is something powerful and wonderful that we are seeing, okay, along with a powerful positive daily MACD where the histogram is opening wide. Once again, we're above the mid-range. We have a powerful MACD on the daily, which to me is going to, in general, drive an upward trend for Bitcoin. RSI is trending up again. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Many people did reference this downwards trend that we've been seeing for quite a while in the RSI, and they figured when we broke above it, that would mean that we were being freed by the whales, and it appears that we certainly have been. All right. The bottom line here is the 314. Top is the top white one is the 200 moving average. What I want to point out here is we are above the 314 moving average. That is glorious. Now on the daily, we almost wicked to the 200 moving average. When we cross the daily 200 moving average, look out. With a positive MACD and uptrending RSI, and then of course when we actually do break that 200 moving average on the daily chart, watch out. I think we're seriously in Lambo season at that point. And that's right around 43,500. We'll be breaking that. And when we do, now don't be surprised if we find resistance there and we bounce off it a time or two. Like we kind of almost reached it with a wick. So maybe we'll bounce off that. Maybe there'll be a slight a day or two of trying to get through it, or maybe we'll just break above it, who knows. But an interesting point to watch, really, right around, say, 43,500. When we do break that and we find support above that, we are definitely completely bullish. I think we're bullish anyway, especially with this very, very positive MACD on the daily chart. I would show the 50 and 100 chart for the daily. Basically, we're above both those now, so it doesn't really matter. All right, looking at Bitcoin on the 45-minute chart, we have this powerful break above the 200 moving average. We bounced off it. Now we're just in Lambo land. The directional index is green. ADX's powerful squeeze indicator is slowing down a bit and starting to trend negative. So we might be at the top of this pump, and we have truly, truly pumped quite a lot. And it is Saturday, and so let's see how it goes. I mean, weekends usually volume does slow down. So today is Saturday, followed by Sunday, and of course we do have crazy FUD regulations that are possibly being voted on today. But it just seems like that price action would already be in place. But regardless, I'm seeing a nice pump, and right now a slight top, a slowdown in the pumping here for Bitcoin versus USDT on the 45-minute chart. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, we've pumped enough. Let's see if we get some sideways. Let's see what happens this weekend. For those who are dollar cost averaging in, not financial advice and entertainment purposes only, of course, but if we do get a slowdown in volume, price will at least go sideways or maybe trend down slightly. Maybe you'll get a nice dollar cost average buy-in this weekend, especially on Sunday. We got to watch because this market is really on fire right now. Anything could happen. here on the 4-hour chart, yeah, we're starting to see a slight diminishing on the directional index. The ADX, even on the 4-hour chart, is actually kind of weak. It's only at 12. It needs to be at least above 20. Although the directional index is green, RSI and stochastic RSI and lazy bear indicator are both showing a bit of a turn down on the 4-hour chart. So we might be seeing a bit of a retrace now. Doesn't mean we're going to drop 30% or something like that, but maybe we'll, if all is well, maybe we'll go sideways or drop a few percent as we trend back up. I mean, everything goes up and down kind of like a saw blade pattern. So let's see what happens. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. What's going on here? Yeah, we're beautiful. I mean, it's starting to trail off here. So anyway, I would just say initially right now, short time frame, we've pumped like crazy. Maybe we're beginning to slow down just a little bit. Let's actually see if we can throw put this in a channel. I wonder if we can. Will that work? Is it possible? Kind of. Yeah, actually, you know what? So if we go like that, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, I would say that we just looking at a 45-minute chart, kind of immediate price action, we may have broken below the channel that we've been working on. So like I say, watch for a slight retrace. Trade Genius, tradelikeagenius.com, tradegenius.io. Anyway, I like these guys. I like blockchain education. They're linked to over at Bitcoin Daily View. I like Trade Genius, and they have these custom indicators that you get when you join. And I really like buying the fast ribbon, so the trend buy and then the trend sell. When I just play these out on the 4-hour chart here for Bitcoin, I make money. I can put that in auto view, which kind of automates your trading in and out, and just trend buys, fast ribbon trend, and then the fast ribbon sell. I do well. You can just do sniper sell, sniper buy. Anyway, I endorse both of them. Blockchain Education and Trade Like a Genius are really freaking amazing. I like them both. I love the indicators with Trade Genius. If you want to learn to trade, good. They're both amazing places to go. Trade Genius has got some sales right now. If you mention that I sent you, you absolutely get nothing, and neither do I, but I get a little bit of appreciation for helping the efforts. I think they're awesome. Check it out. All right, Ethereum versus USDT. This is a wonderful thing, powerful chart. It's kind of doing what Bitcoin's doing, but I find its chart to be a little bit stronger because here on the 45-minute chart, we're seeing some sideways. Directional index is in the green. ADX is way where we'd like to see it. The squeeze indicator's oscillating. It's been all positive. All these little white golf balls firing off. ADX looks great. Stochastic RSI. I mean, if you look at that, check it out. If we can get it to maximize, it's beginning to actually turn positive again. Wave trend oscillator by Lazy Bear. It's showing a cool off, but really, I myself am hedging in. I used to be more of a Bitcoin maximalist as far as my my hodl crypto, but now my hodl crypto is really more like as I'm hedging back into this market as it's recovering, it's really at least like 50% 50 and 50, yeah, but it's 50% like Ethereum, 50% Bitcoin, just because Ethereum is performing like crazy. So anyway, with that said, and also, who doesn't dream of that Ethereum versus BTC trade that just goes crazy all year? That would be really wonderful, wouldn't it? All right, Dogecoin this morning taken off, broke that 200 moving average, and it's been cranking. We're seeing this retrace here on a lot of alts right now, and that's kind of to be expected because if we look, Bitcoin broke below the upwards channel and it's beginning to trend down, weakening just a little bit. That's fine. I mean, that's the way it works. And with that said, Ethereum versus USDT, it's kind of doing the same thing. Now, of course, we're looking at Doge, but Doge, it's cooling off. So I see a lot of alts that really cranked this morning that are really cooling off hard right now as Bitcoin begins to slow down a little bit. But Doge, these indicators are absolutely great. We're good to go. It won't retrace that far. My guess is it might retrace right about to 0.23 sats, because the red line here, if you can see it, that's your 8 moving average. In general, when you're pumping or dumping, you won't stay away from that very long. So as you're pumping or you're dumping, as you're trending, you can see here with Ethereum, hopefully you can see this, it's really stayed close to the 8 moving average, which means that the move up is not happening so quickly that you're going to see a big retrace. But here with Doge, you can see it got way away from this 200 moving average right here, so it's going to pull back to it some. But if I was going to sell my Doge because it hit the top and I was looking to buy back in, I'd be looking for a balance right about the 8 moving average. Anyway, like I said, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Myself, I'm going to hold my little Doge hodl, and I'm really glad that it's actually beginning to move up, because all it needs to do is be unleashed and it's going to run. Shiba Inu, same thing on a 45-minute chart. absolutely went ballistic last couple hours, and indicators look wonderful. It can't help it. It's beginning to retrace, get a little bit choppy here because Bitcoin is slowing down. All right, with that said, it is a glorious day in the market over at BitcoinDailyView.com. Make Teslas, not tweets. Getting lots of amazing feedback on these t-shirts. It creates really, really great conversation. If you want to know who's cool in your neighborhood, wear this shirt, tell people what you're about, and you'll definitely meet like-minded others that are worth knowing. All right, with that said, hey, I not just want to believe, I do believe the crypto revolution really, really matters. I'm glad that we're seeing kind of a showdown right now between ancient evil and crypto. The FUD legislation is not killing it. That's a wonderful thing to see. And what else was an issue? Oh, anyway, this is a great thing. I love seeing Bitcoin out of that 30 to 40K range right now. I mean, if we can stay above this, it's weekend right now. We're at 43K, so we've broken out of that 20 to that 30 to 40K range. We've broken out of it. All about if we can hold it. So anyway, right now it's weekend. I must admit, I'm kind of happy with my positions. If we do get a bit of a retrace and the market still looks strong, especially after that FUD legislation and the infrastructure bill, I'll definitely be hedging in more. Now I'm going to really start to lay in heavy as long as we keep that momentum above 40K, above 42K really. 42K was a spot that many people were watching from many different angles to be where you got to get above and keep support. And it does appear, at least at the moment, we're seeing retail volume kick in, and the whales have probably let it go. They've bought all they can. OTC is drying up for them, and so now make sure you got a plan if you're going to leverage back in or hedge back in, spot back in, or leverage back in, or futures back in, whatever you're going to do. Make sure you have a plan right now. This weekend is critical. Like I say, if we continue up and things look strong, I will continue leveraging back in. And since Ethereum is doing so darn well, and there's such good news about Ethereum right now, I will probably, like I say, I'm not just going in Bitcoin for my long-term hodl. I'm starting to hedge in a good percent Ethereum also, at least while it's doing so incredibly well. With that said, thank you for being part of the peaceful revolution. It really matters, and I will see you again tomorrow.